Hey, this is Photography Bonsai. In this video, going to talk about a convention I'm going to this weekend, hopefully. It's called C2e2. It's a big science fiction, comic, pop culture convention. Lots of costumers, cosplayers should be there, of course. I'm going to try to take photos. So I'm thinking about ways to take photos, what should I bring? And it's been quite a while since I've actually gone to any type of convention and taken photos. So there's a little bit of apprehension. It's, you're kind of out of practice and indecisive about what to bring, how to go about it. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to go as light as possible. X100F has a nice, decently wide focal length. That's pretty much the reason I bought this camera, is for situations just like this. It's small, it's unassuming. When you take a photo of someone, they don't have this big camera in their face making them nervous, and it just really works out well in situations that are super busy, super crowded. I have a little bag I'll be bringing with, so pretty much the smallest that I've got that still is able to fit this camera. You can see I added some stuff to it in the past. It goes with the theme of the convention. Pretty simple. It has a few pockets here and there. I do have info cards for people. I'm going to try to give them, or at least try to motivate myself to give them out while I'm taking photos, so the people can see the pictures afterwards, which is a good part of the fun, is that these people are able to see their costumes, afterwards. So I have one right here. This is my cosplay specific social media stuff where the photos will go. And then on the back, I printed out some mailing labels that you can use your standard printer and just put whatever you want on them. So I put the actual photography bonsai side, which is the technical learning side of the photo stuff. Pretty simple to do in that case. So I'm going to try to focus on simple compositions. It'll be quick most of the time, I'm sure. And this camera, it just works out well in those cases. So if you go to similar conventions, you do things like this, I'm curious to find out what you do in those cases. Do you tend to go really hard, bring a lot of gear, and just get as much stuff as possible? Do you do lighting? In these situations, it is really challenging. So I'm impressed if you're able to manage that. There's only so much room in a lot of the situations. Of course, I'll have friends most likely around, which I can spend a little bit more time with, hopefully. We'll see. Besides that, I did think about trying to make some type of video. I can still use this to get simple clips with 1080p, which is good enough. It's just the autofocus is not like the Canon, so I had considered bringing that as well, but then I have to use a larger bag. I have to potentially bring a tripod, which I don't think that would be a good thing. It's probably actually banned in situations like that in busy conventions. Who knows? Maybe not. But it would just add a lot of extra stuff and potentially take away from the photos. And I don't want that to happen. In that case, maybe eventually I'll try to make informational videos about the conventions. We'll see. So all that said, really the goal, at least for me, and I hope for you as well, is to really enjoy taking photos. Find what works best for you. At least for me, it's kind of towards the size of simplicity with equipment, but I do try to grow in both ways, with the more advanced stuff when I can, and the simple stuff when it's best to really enjoy just taking photos. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a lot. Likes, shares help out a lot as well. Thanks again.